My quick morning recap, guys. I came in with the bearish bias, knowing that we were right on the market maker high of the week. It is OPEC, so they were going to try to pin price the best they could. So I was flat to lower my bias today with a penchant to want to get on the put side instead of doing anything with the call side. So I did two trades today, one in Google, one in Netflix. Google worked and Netflix didn't. So I will get into that. And man, we had all kinds of ratings upgrades and downgrades today. And you talk about a nightmare trying to figure out how this market was going to go. It was unreal. But basically, after I did my research this morning, Google got a really nice upgrade. And most people, hey, they got an upgrade, they're going to buy calls, right? Well, what I did, I went in here and looked at where the price was this morning, and then I went over to my uh, expected moves. And if you know anything about Thinkorswim, right over here, this gives you your expected move for the day, how many dollars it was going to move. And I had realized that Google was trading beyond its expected move for the day, and we were beyond range highs on the NASDAQ and the S&Ps. So I wanted to take a short trade in the Google for a potential reversion back down. And the only problem was I got greedy. And it was an awesome trade right out of the gate. You see how I got in here at the open and it came down here? Well, unfortunately, I had my sell order right down here at the 1456 area, and it just missed my sell order. And I thought for sure, because it's being overbought, coming into the overbought situation in the indices, that we would at least touch, if not drift a little bit lower, the first Venom line for Google. And I got my hat handed to me. So basically, it came down here and it was marking that I was up $1,900 on the trade, and just and then I was being bullheaded too. So I managed to knock about $490 or something like that on my trade, and before I finally got out of my puts in the Google. Like I said, this is a channel on Google, so that it was on top of that. We were trading in this channel. You see this channel right here? We were trading on the outside of that channel on the open this morning. So I really thought we would have, we were going to come down and trade all day inside the channel instead of breaking out. I thought we were going to be coming back down and trading down in this zone right here where this red line is, the 1453. That was my target idea for today. If the market's got some selling pressure, then Google was going to be coming in. Well, it didn't work out. So that's the way it goes. Netflix earnings are Tuesday, and we had an upgrade this morning, and it had been showing quite a bit of relative. And I had mentioned this in last night's video how tight the range was, and I thought with this upgrade today, we actually might get a Netflix breakout move into the earnings Tuesday. Okay, so I did later in the day take a later in the morning take a trade in Netflix, and if I go down my 5-minute here, and I was getting in not far from where it is right now, and getting right down here. I did right over right after it got over the 8 EMA. I was trying to take it to the long side, but it just was taking too long, and so I lost a couple $100 on that trade and just chucked it. Well, of course, Kathy calls it out. I'm virtually the second after I sell it, so she must have bought it the same shares that I actually sold. So, but yeah, it decided to take off right after I chucked it. So my loser would have been a nice little gainer if I'd have held, but that's the way it goes. And my target was it was I thought it was going to come up here to the 341 area, and it was going to build out value up here today. That was my thing if the markets were going to hold up. Well, it doesn't seem right now that it's even trying to do that. So, and if you notice the indices here, they seem to be kind of falling out of favor a little bit. So in Qs, we're trading below our VWAP. value for the day is way down here at 91.48. So um, basically, buyers and sellers are accepting price at lower prices than what we're currently trading at. So keep that in mind. That it's still more likely that we're going to see further lows than more upside potential in the Qs. But all that can change going into the end of the day. So keep that in mind. But the highest volume of the day, that's almost behind us, and so it's going to be really difficult to drive this VPOC higher at this point. So and we are below the VWAP. So just keep that in mind for your trading today. I'm calling it a day. I made a couple $100. Fine. I spent a lot of time this morning researching and kind of upset that I couldn't lock in some really good gains today. I had it there, and I just had my my sell point too far out, I guess. And well, that's the way it goes sometimes. I'll see you guys next week, and it'll be Tuesday because we are off from trading Monday, and I am working some days next week, so I will get back with you whenever I get some time off. Thanks a lot.